Okay, I think we're back, everybody. I apologize for the technical difficulties. My computer had to update right in the middle of an inning, and of course, the issue that had to be fixed was the sound in the update. So, unfortunately, as a result, the sound went out in my headset. And usually the mute is on me. That time it was a computer issue. I think we're fixed now, though. Hopefully we're good the rest of the night. It's been a rocky start for me up here, but we will get it under control here. 1-0 the score here. The Jockeys 1 run came home in the last inning. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors for Louisville. 0 runs, 1 hit, no errors for your Duelers. So that's the story here. I think we're back. We should be good for the rest of the night, hopefully, with few issues, if any. Apologize once again. Thank you for coming back and joining us here from South Warren High School. As we're about ready to begin the bottom half of the 4th inning of play here. As the Duelers trailing by a score of 1-0. Beautiful night here for baseball from South Warren High School. Mark Castle digging in to lead off the bottom of the 4th for the Duelers. And his first at bat of the day, Mark grounded out to the first baseman, threw over to the pitcher covering. As the first pitch is hit on the ground, third base side, foul, strike 1, no balls, and 1 strike. Duelers trailing 1-0 here, bottom of the 4th inning. As Castle digs in, right-handed hitter, awaits the next pitch, and that's hit in the air down the right field line. Over goes the right fielder, and it drops harmlessly, untouched in foul territory. A foul ball, strike 2. Mark Castle from Young Harris College, the infielder, and will also pitch a little bit, Mark, from St. John's, Florida. As he's behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Facing Ashton Dickman, the starter for Louisville. Here comes the 0-2. And Castle on the ground to short. As Taylor waits for the hop and fires over to first. 1 up, 1 down for the Duelers, bottom of the 4th.
Next batter, number 14, Jenkins.
Outlier. Hold on. As we're back in with action here, bottom of the fourth inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on base for the Duelers. Rashad Robinson at the plate. 1-0. The Jockeys in front of the Franklin Duelers as Ashton Dickman steps off the back of the rubber, gets his sign as he's now back up on the mound. Still waiting, and time is called by Robinson as Dickman was taking too long, and a meeting at the mound now between the catcher Byrne and his starting pitcher. Once again, folks, we apologize for the technical difficulties. If there still seem to be occurring, please let me know in the comments of the YouTube live stream. If you want to just post in the comments what you're seeing, if there are issues, or hearing if there are issues. And that will help me know what exactly might be going on. I would appreciate that. Or if we seem to be back live as well, if you want to confirm that in the comments, that would be appreciated. As we've had a whirlwind up here in the press box today, so I apologize for that. The next pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3, and that will end the bottom of the fourth. Still 1-0, the Jockeys in front. While we have a moment, we would like to take this time to continue to thank our sponsors. They include Kundo Flooring. For your flooring, tile, and backsplash needs, Kundo Flooring is the right choice. Contact Phil Kundo at 931-561-8607 for more information today. El Mazatlan Mexican Restaurant and Grill, located at 1403 Nashville Road in Franklin, Kentucky. El Mazatlan is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Holly J's Bar and Grill in Franklin, Kentucky. You can find them at 1326 Nashville Road. Holly J's is available for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. We appreciate their continued support of Duelers baseball. El Potrero Cantina and Grill, located at 270 Trotters Lane in Franklin. El Potrero is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Also, Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. If you need mortgage assistance in the Bowling Green area, contact Kelly Ann Sanders at 270-421-3157 today. PeakaView Imaging, whether it's 2D, 3D, or 4D ultrasounds, PeakaView is the place to go for your imaging needs. You can find them at 107 Roby Street in Franklin. We appreciate their support of Duelers baseball. As now on the mound for the Duelers, we have a new pitcher. Check a number and let you know on that. As we're back in, and the pitcher on the mound now for the Duelers is not on anybody's roster upstairs. So if we're going to figure this out and let you know who it is when we do, but first pitch is in there, strike 2, 0-2. 2 straight strikes. As I'm sitting next to a pitcher up here, and if he doesn't know who it is, then nobody does. So the 0-2 pitch is in there for strike 3, or apparently not, outside. So next pitch is fouled away. Count holds at 1-2. As we have a meeting at the mound between the home plate umpire and the pitcher for the Duelers. I don't know what that's exactly about. All right, I figured it out. It's Jonathan Burns on the mound, everybody, as he's from Trevecca, Nazarene. He was late to arrive to the Duelers, and didn't have him on a roster up here, so I believe it is Jonathan. As the next pitch is hit on the ground to Castle, Jonathan will cover first and step on the bag, one up and one down. He was rehabbing his arm after an injury late in the season, so that is why he was late to arrive. But I'm 99% sure that's Jonathan Burns on the mound for the Duelers. I apologize for the delay there, but that's, I think, who it is. We've kind of done some process of elimination up here, and talking to the pitcher who knows the roster sitting next to me, and we've pretty much figured it out, I think. As the next pitch is swung on and missed, strike one. Score on the ball game still 1-0. The Jockeys in front. Next pitch is fouled off. Count holds at no balls and two strikes. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Jockeys. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Duelers here, top of inning number 5. As Burns ready to go, here comes the 0-2. And that's swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 up and 2 down for Burns in his first outing as a Dueler this summer. And a good start for Jonathan out there on the mound. At Trevecca this past season, Burns had fantastic numbers as he had a 0 ERA in his appearances. Only 4 innings pitched, but a 0 ERA, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts for Jonathan. No earned runs, obviously, with the 0 ERA. First pitch is away ball number 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count, 2 outs. As the next pitch from Burns is inside corner, strike number 1. Of 1-0. Jonathan Burns, a 1-2-3 inning in his first inning of work as a Dueler. And after 4.5, the Duelers and the Jockeys, 1-0 Louisville. Welcome back in. A new pitcher for the Jockeys on the mound for Louisville, wearing number 7, Danton Reinhardt. It appears as though he has his own fan section over there toward the first base Louisville dugout. As Danton from Volunteer State Community College, the left-handed pitcher from Collinwood, Tennessee. As he is throwing his warm-up pitches 1-0 to score. Louisville still up on the Duelers. As the Duelers with 1 hit so far on the day, the Jockeys with 2, the 1 run for Louisville, no runs for the Franklin Duelers. The first one up to the plate for the for the Duelers. Will be Rashard Grace, the designated hitter today.
Leading off for the Duelers, number 19, Grace.
That's Rashard Grace in the box to begin inning number 5. No on, no outs here to begin the top of the 5th. As the first pitch coming is away for ball 1. As 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Up and away, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. As the 2-1 is swung on and missed, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next one is away for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch, the 3-2 is strike 3, called on a delayed call by the home plate umpire. Grace doesn't like it, and he'll head back to the dugout, 1 down.
Next batter, number 15, Rao. That's awesome. I had a kid 1 year, and he's...
Brett Rao, the catcher, digs in now. Flied out to left, and the 3rd. First pitch, a breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 1. Rao, left-handed hitter, digs in. The 0-1 is in there for strike 2, 0-2. Rao wearing number 15 for the Duelers this summer in the red, white, and blue tops. As the 0-2 is in the dirt for ball 1. Brett Rao from Coastal Alabama East, the freshman catcher from Shalimar, Florida. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on base here for the Duelers. In the 5th, 1-0 Louisville, your score. Here comes the next pitch, and that's fouled off behind the plate. Count holds at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Here comes the pitch. And that's swung on and missed for strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts for the newly entered Louisville pitcher, and they're 2 down.
Next batter, number 5, Kate.
Bryce Cape digs in now. The 9-hole hitter. hit by pitch his first time up. Here comes the first one from Reinhardt. A breaking ball bends in there for strike one. Here comes the 0-1. Outside for ball number one. 1-1 the count now. 1-1. Breaking ball in there for strike two. 1-2 the count now from Reinhardt to Bryce Cape. 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Hit on the ground. Wichman over to first, and that will retire the side. 3 straight outs for Reinhardt in the fifth. And after 5 complete here from South Warren High School, still 1-0. Jockeys in front. While we have a moment, we would like to thank some of our sponsors. They include Sure Stay Hotel, Bowling Green North. Located at 700 Interstate Drive in Bowling Green, Kentucky, Sure Stay by Best Western is the official hotel of the Duelers. If you're coming into town, be sure to check them out. Also, Wildfire Barbecue. Check them out at 105 State Street in Franklin, Kentucky. Available for dine-in or carry-out. Wildfire has been serving delicious barbecue in the region for over 20 years. Wildfire is the official barbecue restaurant of Duelers Baseball. Also, we'd like to thank Woody's Glove Repair. Located in Franklin, Kentucky, Woody's brings old baseball gloves back to life and gives new ones a custom look. Offering relacing, repair, and break-in services. Take your glove to the next level with Woody's Glove Repair today. As thank you to our sponsors this summer 22 season of Duelers Baseball. As we head to the sixth in a fast-moving ball game. I don't know if it really is fast or if it just seems fast to me due to all the technical issues and the fact that I caught a fly out to left a homer. But that's where we're at. Top of the sixth coming up here for the Duelers. The Jockeys coming to the plate up 1-0. As Jonathan Burns will take the mound for his second inning of work now.
Out for the jockey, number 2, Bowles.
The first hitter of the inning for the Jockeys will be Bowles, the third baseman. Carson Bowles, a single and a line out to right to his name so far this evening. Jonathan Burns will be the man facing him. As the first pitch is outside and low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Top of the sixth, 1-0 Louisville in front. Burns gets his sign. Here comes the next pitch. And that's a big swing and a miss on a nice breaking ball low and away by Burns. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jonathan Burns from Trevecca Nazarene University. As the 1-1 is away for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jockeys coming into this ballgame with a record of 1-4. The Duelers 3-2 after a 6-5 win against the Henderson Flash here last night. Next pitch is flied to right center. Jonathan Evans will call off Sam Slaughter and make the catch on the run for the first out of the inning. Nice play there by Evans in right.
Next batter, number 19, Humphrey.
As Joey Humphrey will dig in now for the Jockeys, the right fielder. As Burns gets his sign from the catcher, Grace. Here comes the first pitch. That's Rowell back there behind the plate. Grace, the other catcher, is DHing tonight. First pitch was a strike, 0-1. Burns gets the sign, and here comes the next pitch. Popped up in the air. Out goes the shortstop, Jenkinson, In comes the center fielder Slaughter to call everybody off and make the catch. 2 up, 2 down in this inning for Burns. That's a smart decision by Sam Slaughter as the captain of the field, especially in the outfield. That's the center fielder's ball if he can get to it. And he called off his infielders to make the catch and take charge right there. 2 down. Defensively for the Duelers currently, Brett Rao behind the plate, Mark Castle at first. As we have Quincy Smith at second, Matt Jenkinson at short, and Rashad Robinson at third. And left field is Bryce Cape, center fielder Sam Slaughter, and the right fielder is Jonathan Evans, as the first pitch was a ball from Burns. Next one coming. As that one was off the end of the bat foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jonathan Burns brings home the 1-1. Outside corner, strike 2. 1-2 now. The next one is flight in the air to deep left. Cape went over there to grab it, and it dropped fair. Throw into second, though, is in time, and he is out. What a throw from left field. Bryce Cape couldn't make the catch. That might have been a mistake to begin things, but he made up for it and more with a cannon to second to cut down the runner, trying to advance there, and that will end the top of the 6th. Nice throw by Cape. And the Duelers will come up trailing by 1 run. 1-0 your score, Louisville in front. As we head to the bottom half, stay with us. Back here to begin the bottom of the 6th inning. The Jockeys up on the Duelers 1-0. Here from South Warren High School. Again, my name is Sam Reeves. Here with you tonight and all season. The Duelers struggling offensively here tonight so far. Only 1 hit through 5 innings of play. They'll look to change that as the top of the order will come up to lead off the 6th. Jonathan Evans, Quincy Smith, and Sam Slaughter, the hitters due up here for the Duelers.
Number 26, Evans.
Jonathan Evans on the day, a fly out to deep left and a single to his name. He'll come up for his 3rd at-bat to this evening. Wearing number 26, the outfielder from Southern University, born and raised in Starkville, Mississippi. As Reinhardt's first pitch to Evans is on its way. A breaking ball hits the inside corner, strike number 1. That last pitch from Reinhardt, if he puts it there every time, that's an unhittable pitch, a breaking ball on the inside corner. Good luck hitting that one as the 0-1. Off the inside corner with a fastball this time, 1 ball and 1 strike. Evans digs back in, the left-handed hitter with the high stirrup socks here this evening, as the next one is off of his elbow on a breaking ball, a hit by pitch to start the half inning, and maybe that's what the Duelers needed to get something going offensively. We will see. 1 man on, nobody out here, top or bottom of the 6th.
Now batting number 42.
Quincy Smith now up for the Duelers. He came on very early in the game to replace Jackson Musrock in the lineup, and then movement defensively. Smith went to second, Jenkinson to short, and Robinson to third. As a ball in the gap, or it will hang up for the right fielder. A throwback behind the runner at first. is not in time. Evans is back safely, but a fly out to right is the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 23, Slaughter.
Sam Slaughter digs in now. Sam Slaughter will dig in, left-handed hitter against the lefty, Dalton Reinhardt. First pitch fouled off third base side, 0-1. So Duelers trailing in this one by a score of 1-0. Bottom of the sixth inning of play here from South Warren High School. As Evans takes off, the pitch is low into the dirt. Evans slides in safely with a head first dive as the throw went into center field, but it was backed up nicely by Goda. And Evans will stay put at second base. A stolen base for Jonathan. And the Duelers have the tying run in scoring position with one out here. For Slaughter at the dish, the two-hole hitter in a good spot here to drive in a run and possibly tie this ball game up for the Duelers. Evans off a second now. Reinhardt gets his sign from the catcher Byrne from the stretch, and timeout is called by Slaughter. He'll step out of the box and now back in. The 1-1. Another timeout is called, this time by the pitcher Reinhardt. He wants Byrne to go through the signs again with the runner on second. And it appears we're finally ready to play once again. Here comes the 1-1. Slaughter hits that one on the ground. A tough hop, but gobbled up there by the shortstop, but he will have no play. As Austin Taylor made a nice pickup on a tough hop there, but he was deep in the hole that's short and had nowhere to go with the baseball. So it's first and third now with one out for the Duelers. That will go as a single for Sam Slaughter of the infield variety. And Mark Castle, the first baseman, will dig in now, the cleanup hitter. Reinhardt gets the sign. Looks at first. Here it comes. Big swing and a miss by Mark Castle. Strike one. Timeout is called by David Byrne. He'll go to the mound. Have a conversation with his pitcher Reinhardt. As Byrne will now head back behind the dish. No balls in, one strike. Runners on first and third here with one out. Bottom of the sixth inning. 1-0 Louisville Jockeys in front of your Franklin Duelers. 2 hits apiece for these two teams. Reinhardt looks at first over at Slaughter. Gets his sign. Slaughter will take off. The pitch is away and no throw. A good decision right there by the Duelers to take off for Slaughter because, number one, Sam has a lot of speed over there at first, and number two, a lot of times if the catcher throws through to second base, you'll see the runner from third try to score and head home. And the Jockeys didn't want to give up the tying run that easily, so they just let Slaughter take second. Second and third now, one out, 1-1 the count. Reinhardt's next pitch is away for ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sam Slaughter off of second base. Jonathan Evans off of first with 1 down, bottom of the sixth. Castle at the dish. Here comes the 2-1. Big swing and a miss, 2-2. Castle will walk around the batter's box, regain composure, and come back in now. Count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mark digs back in. 2-2 from Reinhardt. Runners on second and third, 1 down. Here comes the pitch. Nice job by Castle to spoil that one away and stay alive. 2-2. The count will hold. As the throwback from the catcher Byrne to the pitcher Reinhardt almost sailed over his head, and that's a live ball, so be careful on that one. Reinhardt had to sky high to bring it down, and he did. 2-2 the count still with one down. Runners second and third. Mark Castle, the right-handed hitter. Here comes the pitch. Another nice job by Castle to spoil that pitch away. Castle battling, count even, 2-2. The more pitches Mark sees, the better spot he's in to possibly get a hit, drive in one, maybe 2 runs, which would give the Duelers a lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reinhardt gets the sign. Here it comes. Another foul ball straight back by Castle. As the count will hold, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 hit, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Louisville. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Duelers. Reinhardt, 2-2. Here it comes. Castle, another foul ball, first base side. Very nice battle here by the first baseman for your Duelers and the pitcher, Danton Reinhardt. Castle will dig in again. Count still, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reinhardt nods yes. Here comes another 2-2. Castle will poke one down the first base line, and it will fall fair. Run in. Here comes Slaughter around third. Throw to the plate, not in time. He slides in safely, and the Duelers take a 2-1 lead. What a tremendous at-bat by Mark Castle, and it ends in a doinker down the first base line, but he will gladly take it, a 2 RBI single, and the Duelers up 2-1. Like I said, the more pitches you see in an at-bat, the better off you are, and Castle just proved that statement to be true with the RBI single. 2 runs score, Evans and Slaughter, and it's 2-1 here in the 6th. Matt Jenkinson now up for the Duelers, the shortstop for Franklin tonight. 1 out, as Castle takes off, a hit and run. Jenkinson pops it straight up. Castle has to go back to first. Will the ball stay in play? No. Foul ball back behind the plate, and that's a good thing for the Duelers, because if it did stay in play, Castle might have been out on a double play at first, as he had to retreat back there on the pop-up. 1 down. Mark Castle off of first after his 2 RBI single just a moment ago. 2-1, the Duelers on top. Matt Jenkinson at the plate. Danton Reinhardt, the pitcher, the lefty. Looks back at Castle. Here comes the pitch. And that's lined down the first base line, foul. 0-2 the count now. On the day for Jenkinson, a ground out to second in the 2nd inning of play. As he digs in again, the right-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher. Mark Castle off of first base with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Here comes the pitch. And that's swung on and popped foul out of play. Jenkinson stays alive. The count holds still at no balls and 2 strikes. Your score, Duelers 2, Jockeys 1. Bottom of the 6th inning. Game 2 of an 8-game homestand here from South Warren High School. Reinhardt looks over at first as Castle takes his lead and takes off now. The pitch is fouled straight back by Jenkinson. Just missed that one. As the Duelers trying to be aggressive on the base pass, as they have been all season, to try to squeak across another run here in this inning. As Castle leads off first, here comes the pitch. Jenkinson fouls it off again. Another good at-bat by a Duelers hitter. That's 2 in a row. Count is still 0-2, but Jenkinson's fouled off a few tough pitches in a row now. Mark Castle still on first after his 2 RBI single. 1 out, bottom of the 6th inning. Duelers and Jockeys locked in a battle here from South Warren. Here's another 0-2. High and away past the catcher, and Mark Castle will jog over to second on the wild pitch. The catcher David Byrne got a glove on it, but it was high and away on a fastball, got past him. And Castle easily takes second base. Now another runner in scoring position for the Duelers. A lousy single could drive in Castle and add to the lead, which is currently just at 1 run, a score of 2-1. Reinhardt gets his sign. Here comes a 1-2. Outside, ball 2, count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The first base coach for the Duelers is the hitting coach Wilhelm Allen. The third base coach is the head coach and manager Kyle Schexnader. Pitching coach in the dugout currently is Jacob Snyder. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Mark Castle off second. Matt Jenkinson at the plate. Here's the pitch. Foul off again. Jenkinson will not go down quietly. And the count stays at 2 balls, 2 strikes. As I mentioned earlier, Jenkinson from Roane State Community College will be going to Lincoln Memorial this next year. Bat wiggles on his shoulder. Here comes another 2-2, and that pitch is popped up. First base side, foul territory. Over goes Humphrey, and that one falls safely. Foul ball. The count stays at 2-2. A lot of foul balls, these last 2 hitters between Castle and Jenkinson. They're definitely making Danton Reinhardt work. The pitch count is running up for Danton. The count's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reinhardt gets a sign. Here comes another 2-2. Line to center field into the gap on the right center side all the way to the wall. Run will score. Castle easily. Jenkinson pulls into second with an RBI double. And the Duelers add to the lead now 3-1 as Jenkinson will pump up his third base dugout. A tremendous at-bat by Matt right there. Ends in a line drive to the right center gap all the way to the wall. And an RBI double for Matt Jenkinson makes the score 3-1.
Next batter, number 7, Robinson.
Rashad Robinson now up, but first a meeting at the mound. This might be the end of the day for Danton Reinhardt. He had a tremendous first inning of work, but in the second, the Duelers have got to him for three runs. As Reinhardt will be talking to his head coach over there. That is Michael Clark. Still in a discussion. As the Duelers have put 3 on the board with still only 1 out here in the 6th inning of play. Still talking to Reinhardt is the head coach and manager Michael Clark. We'll see if they decide to leave him in the game or not. So the next hitter up for the Duelers will be Rashad Robinson, the University of Memphis player. Infielder and outfielder is Rashad. So an RBI, 2 RBI single for Castle 2 batters ago, and then Jenkinson, after a tremendous at-bat by Matt, ended it in an RBI double of his own. 3 runs on 4 hits now for the Duelers, with still work left to do. In this bottom of the 6th, Rashad Robinson will dig in now. It is still Danton Reinhardt on the mound. The lefty gets a sign from his catcher Byrne. Here comes the pitch, and that hits the outside corner, 0-1. Matt Jenkinson takes his lead off second. Reinhardt gets the sign, looks back at Matt, who's dancing just a little bit out there, as the next pitch is low for ball 1, 1-1 the count. After tonight's game against the Jockeys, tomorrow night, 7:05, back here at South Warren High School, the Duelers will play host to the Fulton Railroaders. As the next pitch is fouled back, count is now 1-2 strikes. That will be game 3 of this 8-game homestand. And then the Duelers play two teams they haven't faced yet, the Hoptown Hoppers on Saturday and the Paducah Chiefs, both here at South Warren on Sunday. As the count is 1-2 strikes, Jenkinson off a second. Here comes another pitch from Reinhardt, and it's grounded to short. Taylor over to first in time for out number 2. Jenkinson will stay at second as the play was in front of him on the ground, so he stayed put where he was. Now they're now 2 down with Jenkinson off of second. And the hitter will be Richard Grace. Grace, the DH here today, caught yesterday.
Now batting number 41, Grace.
Grace with a walk and a strikeout to his name so far this evening. Reinhardt gets the sign. Here comes the pitch. A big swing and a miss by Grace. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, and 1 to Richard. Here's the pitch. Low for ball number 1. 1-1 the count now. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Richard Grace at the plate. Jenkinson off a second. 3-1. The score as the pitch is outside. Ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 is high and away for ball 3. 3-1. Good hitters count upcoming here on the next pitch to Richard Grace. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Jenkinson off a second. 3-1 your score. Here comes the 3-1. On the outside corner, strike 2. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Denton Reinhardt on the hill in this bottom of the 6th. Already 3 runs across for the Duelers. The 3-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Richard Grace down swinging, but not before the Duelers add 3 runs and take a 3-1 lead after 6 complete. Stay with us for the 7th after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in here at Southbourne High School, Sam Reeves here with you after the Duelers have scored 3 runs and taken a 3-1 lead. Here as we head to the 7th. Beautiful night for baseball here this evening. And the Duelers bats have awoken just a little bit. 3 runs this past half inning to take the lead. Jonathan Burns will be back out there for his 3rd inning of work. Getting the most out of Jonathan in his first appearance as a Dueler.
Leading off for the Jockeys, number 34, Humphrey.
As it will be Jarrett Humphrey, the first baseman, to lead off the inning for the Jockeys. First pitch is outside corner, strike 1. Next one from Burns is poked to short right. In comes Evans to make the catch. 1 up, 1 down for Burns. Top of the 7th. As the next hitter up will be a pinch hitter, Caden Elliott from Vincennes University. As Elliott will be pinch hitting for the DH Austin Griffin. He'll dig in from the right side to face Burns. As our first pitch to Elliott is outside ball 1. Caden played at first base and started there Sunday against the Duelers in Louisville. He's coming off the bench here tonight. First pitch was away for ball 1. Here comes the next one. Same spot, same result. 2-0 the count now. Two-0 is away and low this time. Ball 3. 3-0 from Burns to Elliott. Here comes the 3-0 from Jonathan. Is in there for strike number 1 on the bottom part of the zone. Three-1 is swung on and missed. As Burns has worked his way back in the count from down 3-0. Now it is 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 down, nobody on. Here's the 3-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. A delayed strike 3 call, but the Duelers take it. Burns battles all the way back from down 3-0 and gets the strikeout. 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th. As Austin Taylor, the shortstop, will dig in now for the Jockeys. Nobody on, 2 outs here. Top of inning number 7. First pitch, high and inside, ball 1. Burns gets his sign from the catcher, Brett Rowell. Here comes the 1-0. Squares the bunt, pulls the bat back, but takes strike number 1 on the outside corner. 1-1 the count now. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Jockeys. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Duelers. As the next pitch is swung on and missed, strike 2, 1-2 the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 7th. Here comes the 1-2. Fouled off first base side, and Taylor will stay alive. Count holds, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Your score, Duelers 3, Jockeys 1 as the 1-2. Foul back off the roof above us here in the press box. And the count's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on in the 7th. Here comes the 1-2. A line drive to right at Jonathan Evans. 2 steps back, and he makes the can of corn catch to end the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors in the half inning. The Duelers still hold a 2-run lead. Your score, Franklin 3, Louisville 1, as we head to the bottom of inning number 7. Stay with us. Back in here, bottom of the 7th inning of play from South Warren. A new pitcher, it appears, is Trent Paul. Trent Paul from Transylvania University, born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky, I believe. It's Brett Rowell, the first hitter in, takes strike one. As 0-1 the count to the catcher, Brett Rowell. Here comes the next one. Low and away, ball one. Excuse me, I believe that's actually R.J. Lakowski out there on the mound from Long Island University. As the umpire and the catcher is going to head out to talk to the pitcher. Brett Rowell on the day, the Duelers catcher. A fly out to left and a strikeout so far today. Duelers up in the bottom of inning number 7, a 3-1 lead. Duelers with 3 runs on 4 hits. The Jockeys 1 run on 2 hits. Brett will dig back in, left-handed hitter. Here comes the 1-1. Low and inside, ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike to count. Bottom of inning number 7. Lakowski. Here comes the next pitch. Fouled off by Brett. He'll stay alive. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Lakowski gets his sign. Here's the 2-2. A check swing, and Brett went, and it may have been called strike 3 anyways. 1 up and 1 down for Lakowski here in the 7th.
Next batter, number 5, Cape.
Bryce Cape will dig in now for his 3rd at-bat on the day. 1 out, nobody on for the Duelers here in this half inning. First pitch from Lakowski is high, ball 1. Lakowski gets his sign from the catcher, Byrne. A 1-0 count to Bryce Cape, the left fielder. Here it comes. Away for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Cape, the right-handed hitter. Here comes the next pitch. Low into the dirt, ball number 3. 3-0 the count. Bryce ahead in the count with 1 down, nobody on base. Bottom of inning number 7. The Duelers up by 2 runs here. The 3-0 is low and away for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk for Bryce Cape. And that will mean 1 man on and 1 man out for the top of the order. And Quincy Smith as Kelvin Reese will pinch run for Bryce Cape over at first. And Jonathan Evans will be the hitter, but first the meeting at the mound. Also Kyle Schexnader talking to the home plate umpire. to make sure he's aware of the change.
Next batter for the Duelers, number 26, Evans.
As Jonathan Evans, the leadoff hitter, will step into the plate. A fly out to left, deep to the warning track to go along with a single and a hit by pitch.
Yes, fourth. Well, no, it'll be the third because the other one was a pitching change.
As Evans will dig in, Schexnayder will head back to the third base coaching box. As the hitter, Jonathan Evans, a left-handed hitter, with Reese off of first pitch high, ball one. Kelvin Reese coming in to pinch run for Bryce Cape. Reese from Stoneman College. Had 7 stolen bases this past season. As the pitch is low into the dirt, ball 2-0 the count. From R.J. Lukowski to the leadoff hitter for the Duelers, Jonathan Evans, wearing number 26. Bat high on his shoulder. Here comes the 2-0 on its way. Inside corner, strike one. Kelvin Reese gets his lead off first base. Evans ahead in the count, 2-1. Here comes the pitch from Lukowski. Fought off and fouled away, third base side. Count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Duelers with a record of 3 wins, 2 losses, coming off of the victory over the Henderson Flash last night. And a game that was started by Jacob Hernandez, who's sitting over here to my right. As the next pitch is strike 3, Kelvin Reese will retreat back over to first as we have a pitcher coming up here to the press box to run the scoreboard for us every night here at South Warren. So that's always a fun treat. Get to talk pitching up here during the broadcast.
Batter number 42, Smith.
As Quincy Smith will dig in now with 2 outs. Just so happens that the one sitting up here next to me today, Jacob, started last night. So talk about the victory. An exciting one, 6-5 over the Flash yesterday. As the first pitch to Quincy Smith is inside for ball 1. Quincy in the 2-hole now as he came in to replace Mustrock early on in the game. Hopefully Jonathan's okay. He hasn't had a day off all season, so hopefully it's just kind of some wear and tear and a little bit of rest for the starting shortstop. We'll see if he's back in there tomorrow. In the meantime, Quincy Smith in the 2-hole. 1-0. Here goes Kelvin Reese, the second. Throw down there is not in time. And a head first dive. Kelvin Reese gets a stolen base, and he's in scoring position now with 2 outs. A chance for Quincy Smith to drive in a run here and add to the Duelers' lead. Next pitch swung on and missed. Strike 1, 2-1. As it appears as though catcher's interference may have been called, and Quincy Smith will take first base. I think that is what was called. Catcher's interference awards Smith first. So it's now first and second with 2 down.
Batter number 23, Slaughter.
And Sam Slaughter will dig in now. 2 on, 2 outs. Chance for the 3-hole batter to do some damage here. Sam in center tonight. Left-handed hitter against R.J. Lukowski. Here's the first pitch. Line down the line, third base side. Foul. And it's 0-1. So far on the day for Sam at the plate, a ground out to second and a single. As he'll dig back in left side. Behind the count, no balls, 1 strike. Kelvin Reese off second, Quincy Smith off first. Here's the pitch, high and away, ball 1-1-1. Slaughter digs back in, bat above his shoulder. Here comes the 1-1. Fought off and fouled away, third base side, strike number 2, 1-2 the count now. Duelers with 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. The Jockeys, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. And a 2-run lead for your Franklin Duelers here, bottom of inning number 7. Next pitch is inside, ball 2, 2-2. Good take right there by Sam. So just missed the inside corner. Here comes another 2-2 from Lukowski. Outside ball 3, full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. First and third, runner goes. Next pitch is outside ball 4, and the bases will be loaded now with 2 down for the Duelers in the 7th.
Next batter, number 22, Castle.
Mark Castle, the first baseman, will dig in now. He had the big hit just an inning to go, in the 6th. A blooper down the first base line. A 2 RBI single after a tremendous at-bat, battled down in the count with 2 strikes and got the 2 RBI single to give the Duelers at the time a 1-run lead. It's now sitting at 2 runs after the next batter, Matthew Jenkinson, followed with his own RBI double. And that has made the score 3-1 just an inning ago. And it is still at 3-1, but Castle has a chance to give the Duelers some insurance. Next pitch is grounded to short, and it gets past the shortstop. 1 run scores. Here comes Quincy Smith to the plate. He is safe. And another one around third. To the plate comes Slaughter. He scores standing up, and pulling into second base is the hitter for the Duelers, Mark Castle. At second now. More runs score for the Duelers. That is 3 on the play. That's borderline. We're going to say it's a hit for the Duelers as the runner at second base, I believe that was Quincy Smith, kind of shielded the shortstop from the ball as Austin Taylor couldn't field it cleanly. And we're going to say that's a hit because, that's better statistics for your Duelers. So we're going to do, on a borderline call, the hitters want that hit. So we're going to go that way. As the runner now takes off to third, and Castle is in there with a stolen base. No throw even made over there to third. Head coach Kyle Schexnader very aggressive on the bases, and it's working here tonight. Next one by Jenkinson is fouled away, first base side. 1 ball, 1 strike. In my scorebook, I'm going to score that Slaughter hit a single with 2 RBIs attached to it as he advanced to second on the errant throw. But either way, it's a hit in the scorebook as the 1-1 hits the outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 the count now to Matt Jenkinson. Started the game, at least for the first inning, at third base and is now at short. Here's the next pitch in the dirt for ball number 2. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mark Castle off a third. All of a sudden, the Duelers with 6 runs in the last 2 innings, and they now hold a 6-1 lead here in the 7th, excuse me. Next pitch, Jenkinson bloops it down the line, and that will drop foul. Count holds 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Jenkinson digs back in. There comes 2-2. Lined up the middle, a solid single by Jenkinson, and that's another run driven in as Castle crosses the plate. And Matt Jenkinson drives in run number 7 for your Duelers here tonight. And it's now 7-1. That is 7 total runs in the last 2 innings for the Duelers. Meeting at the mound by the head coach Michael Clark and his pitcher R.J. Lakowski. This may be the end of the day for R.J. As all of a sudden, it was a slow-moving game, not a lot of excitement, 1-0 Louisville, and then in a flash, it's now 7-1. The Duelers have scored 7 runs over the last 2 innings of play. As an RBI single for Matthew Jenkinson, drove in run number 7. That is the end of the day for R.J. Lakowski. He'll head back to the dugout. And a new pitcher will enter for Louisville. As the new pitcher for Louisville, wearing number 24, that is Ryan Leonardo. Ryan Leonardo, the new pitcher for Louisville from Long Beach City College, the right-handed pitcher from Anaheim, California.
Now pitching for the Jockeys, number 24, Leonardo.
He will toss his warm-up pitches. The Duelers with 3 runs in the 6th, 4 here in the 7th, to take a 7-1 lead on 6 hits here for the Franklin Duelers. The offense has woken up here in these last 2 frames. Again, my name is Sam Reeves. Thank you all for joining us and sticking with us through the technical difficulties here this evening. As, you know, those are bound to arise. It was just a necessary update, of course, from my computer right in the middle of our game, because go figure, that's how things roll sometimes. But hopefully we got it all fixed and ready to go for the rest of our homestand. Speaking of the rest of the homestand, Game 3 of this 8-game homestand will be tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch, right back here at South Warren High School. The Duelers will be taking on the Fulton Railroaders for a rematch of just a few nights ago at Lojas Field in Fulton, in which Fulton won 10-5. As I like Trey and Dorsett. He's over there trying to flip the ball in the umpire's mask behind the plate to try to give the ball back to the plate umpires. It's Trey and Dorsett now to dig in. He will be pinch hitting for Rashad Robinson, it looks like. As Trey and Dorsett will dig in from the right side. With Jenkinson off of first base and 2 down. Runner takes off for second, and he is in there safely with a stolen base. Matthew Jenkinson, more aggressive base running by the Duelers, results in another steal. As Dorsett takes the first pitch for ball 1 on that last pitch. Next one coming, that is flied in the air down the first base line, foul territory. Over goes Humphrey, he cannot get it. Good effort to run that one all the way through, but it drops into foul territory, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here, bottom of the 7th inning. 7-1 your score here. Duelers in front of the Jockeys. As Franklin has Jenkinson off of second base and 2 down. Treyen Dorsett up there, pinch hitting for his first AB of the night. Facing Leonardo, the new pitcher. Here comes the next pitcher. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Strike 1. Or strike 2, excuse me. 1-2 the count. Leonardo looks toward first. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed by Dorsett. Drop third strike. Byrne will throw it to first. It's a wild throw. And Dorsett is safe. Across the plate to score comes Matt Jenkinson. Tremendous base running by Matt Jenkinson. Very heads-up play. And good hustle over there out of the box by Dorsett as well to not take anything for granted. Run that one all the way through. A wild throw by the catcher Byrne to first baseman Humphrey. Dorsett beat it. And Jenkinson never stopped running. He started at second and came around third hard. Schexnayder said keep on rolling. And Matt was safe at the plate for the eighth run of the night for the Duelers. 5 runs here in the 7th after 3 in the 6th. A throwback behind Dorsett at first, not in time. Treyen dives back safely head first. As Rashard Grace, the DH, will dig in now.
Number 41, Grace.
Ryan Leonardo's pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. Throw back behind him, he's safe as Dorsett dives back in. As the next pitch is lined to right field, it is caught in the air by Humphrey, and that will finally end the bottom of the 7th, but not before 5 runs cross the plate for the Duelers, and a total of 8 in the last 2 innings. All of a sudden, your score, the Franklin Duelers 8, the Louisville Jockeys 1, as we head to the 8th. Stay with us for more Duelers baseball on the Duelers Baseball Network. As Ethan Vandement takes the mound for the Duelers from Bossier City Community College. He will work the 8th with the Duelers up 8-1. Ethan will take the mound in the 8th with the Duelers up 7. All of a sudden, 8 runs in the last 2 innings for your Franklin Duelers give them the 7-run lead. As Ethan Vandement so far in the year, 2 appearances, 1 1/3 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 2 walks and a strikeout for Ethan.
Leading off for the Jockeys, number 12, Witchman.
As Jonah Witchman will lead off for the Louisville Jockeys. Here in the 8th, first pitch from Vandermint. Squares the bunt, does Witchman. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Vandermint from Bossier City Community College, the right-handed pitcher from Austin, Texas. Wearing number 10 for your Duelers this summer. Here's the 1-0 from the submarine-like pitcher as it's high for ball 2. The 2-0. Swung on and missed on a foul tip. Caught cleanly by Brett Rowell behind the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Vandermint gets a sign. Here comes the 2-1. As that one's lined in the gap, right center field. Over goes Slaughter to bring it down. 1 up, 1 down. Nice job to get over there on the run and grab that one by Sam out there in center. 1 out here. Top of the 8th. As Hunter Strong will be the new hitter for Louisville from Spalding University. First pitch from Vandermint. Beautiful breaking ball. Outside corner, strike 1 called. Oh and 1 after a nice breaking ball to start the AB. Vandermint gets the sign. Here comes the next one. A little bit overthrown on that fastball. Low and outside to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. Final line on the day for the previous pitcher, Jonathan Burns. Three innings, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, no walks. So a tremendous outing in his first outing of the summer by Burns. As the next pitch is in the air, over toward second, and back behind the bag, Quincy Smith will bring it down for out number 2.
Back to the top of the lineup, number 6, Goda.
As Colin Goda, the center fielder and leadoff man for the Jockeys, will dig in now. Leadoff man up, nobody on base. Pitch is fouled off, first base side, 0-1 from Vandermint. First 2 batters retired cleanly by Ethan. Looking to attack Goda now and get out of here with a 1-2-3 inning if at all possible. 8-1 your score. Duelers in front. Top of the 8th. Vandermint's 0-1. Squares the bunt, does Goda, and pushes it foul. As the third baseman was back fairly far, Rashad Robinson. So not a bad idea by Goda to lay down a bunt, although they are down 8-1. So you definitely need base runners if you have any hope at coming back in this one. The 1-4 Louisville Jockeys and the 3-2 Franklin Duelers battling here this evening. No balls, 2 strikes. Vandermint. Here comes the 0-2 on its way. Low and outside for ball 1. 1-2 the count. The Duelers with 8 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. The Jockeys, 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error. Goda digs back in, the right-handed hitter. Here comes the 1-2 from Vandermint. Low and away, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Goda is not going to chase, it appears. That's 2 straight pitches low and away and 2 straight takes from Colin Goda. 2-2. Here comes the next pitch from Vandermint. A breaking ball. Top of the zone. Strike 3 called. Sit Goda down and send the Duelers back to the dugout with an 8-1 lead after 7.5. A strikeout to end the half inning from Ethan Vandermint. And the Duelers up 7 as we head to the bottom of inning number 8. We'll be right back. We would like to take this time to thank some of our sponsors. That include El Mazatlan Mexican Restaurant and Grill, located at 1403 Nashville Road in Franklin. El Mazatlan is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Also, Holly J's Bar and Grill in Franklin, Kentucky. You can find them at 1326 Nashville Road. Holly J's is available for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. We appreciate their continued support of Duelers Baseball. El Potrero Cantina and Grill, located at 270 Trotters Lane in Franklin. El Potrero is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. If you need mortgage assistance in the Bowling Green area, contact Kellyanne Sanders at 270-421-3157 for more information today. Also, Peekaview Imaging. Whether it's 2D, 3D, or 4D imaging, ultrasounds, Peekaview is the place to go for your imaging needs. You can find them at 107 Roby Street in Franklin. We appreciate their support of Duelers Baseball. As we head to the bottom of inning number 8, the Duelers up by a score of 8-1. As Jackson Norris, the designated hitter these past couple of nights, will be coming off the bench to pinch hit here to begin inning number 8.
Now batting for the Duelers, number 20, Norris.
As Jackson Norris, the left-handed hitter, will dig in. First pitch from Leonardo. It's hit on the ground to first. Humphrey will gobble it up, step on the bag. 1 up, 1 down here, bottom of the 8th. Norris is retired. As now coming up for the Duelers will be Kelvin Reese.
Now batting number 46, Reese.
That's right. Okay. So Kelvin Reese up. So next pitch is low and away. Count is 2 balls and no strikes to Kelvin Reese, who came in to pinch hit for Bryce Cape. Next pitch is a curveball low, hit the bottom of the zone for strike 1. 2-1 the count now. Two and 0 the count, or 2-1, as the next pitch is broken bat. A nice play over there at second, and an out is recorded. Tremendous play out there by Jonah Wichman to fire across his body to the first baseman Humphrey for out number 2. That's the second play with a star by it for Wichman today. He had a jump throw going behind the second base bag early on, I believe in the first inning. And that one, another tremendous play. Evan Kirk now up for the Duelers, as he will pinch hit, I believe, for Jonathan Evans, top of the order. It is Evan Kirk.
Now batting number 4.
As I was talking to head coach and manager Kyle Schexnader before the game, Kirk has been dealing with a little bit of an arm soreness issue, but he said he was likely get 1AB today, and here it is in the 8th inning with 2 down. Here is Kirk's at bat, as Leonardo's first pitch is a curveball for strike 1. As the 0-1 is off the leg of Kirk, and he will take first base, I believe. Yes, he will. As Quincy Smith will now dig in. Smith, the second baseman.
Next batter, number 42, Smith.
Throw back behind Kirk is not in time. Dives back in head first safely. Close play over there at first. Well, I'll be interested to see how Kyle Schechtinator aligns his defense in the ninth inning. I would guess that Kirk will stay in to catch. As the next pitch is fly to right field. Over goes the right fielder down the line. A dive. Did he get it? No. The ball falls foul. That's a nice diving attempt out there by the right fielder, Humphrey. Couldn't get it, though. And Kirk will return to first. Tremendous effort out there by the right fielder for the Jockeys, though. Quincy Smith will stay alive here up at the plate with a 1-strike count. No balls and 1 strike. 2 outs. Evan Kirk off of first base. 8-1 your score. Duelers in front. Here comes the pitch. Low for ball number 1. 1-1 the count. As the Duelers have went with James Dixon as the starting pitcher, then followed it up with Jonathan Burns and then Ethan Vandermint pitched the 7th. Or pitched the 8th, excuse me. As we'll see if Ethan's back out there for the 9th. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Here comes the next pitch. A breaking ball hangs high in the air and drops down for strike 2, 2-2. That pitch stayed up there for a long time. Dropped down over the plate for a strike. I think if I was at the plate, I would have a really hard time staying back on a curveball. That's slow. The 2-2 pitch is in the dirt for ball 3. Kirk will scamper back to first. James Dixon went 4 innings for the Duelers. Jonathan Burns went the next 3. And Ethan Vandermint pitched the 8th for your Duelers. As a balk is called by the second base umpire, that will give Kirk second base. He was running anyways, which might have gotten in the head of the pitcher Leonardo and created the balk. As it's 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here. Bottom of inning number 8. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 4. Quincy Smith will draw a walk. The next hitter to the plate will be Sam Slaughter, center fielder. Sam will dig in from the left-handed batter's box. Slaughter fouls off the first one, third base side, foul territory, third baseman over to get the look, but it is out of play, foul ball. It is 0-1. Slaughter drives one to right deep and off the wall, almost the Duelers' first home run of the season. But the runners will head around third, all of a sudden pull up, and Quincy Smith is in a pickle between third and home. As the tag has been made, and Smith is out to retire the side. That was pretty darn close to the Duelers' first home run. A bid made by Slaughter to no avail. As the run crossed the plate before the out was recorded, I believe, makes it 9-1 your score. As we head to the 9th inning of play, 9-1, the Duelers in front of the Jockeys. Stay with us for the top of inning number 9. back in for the top of the ninth as Ethan Vandement back to the mound for his second inning of work. His first one was very effective. Nobody reached base this past seventh inning, or eighth inning, excuse me. As the first batter to greet Vandement here in the ninth will be Carson Bowles here in the ninth. Vandement will toe the rubber. Second inning of work. First pitch. Low ball one. One ball, no strike. Ethan Vandement, the third pitcher on the day for your Duelers, following James Dixon, the starter, and then Jonathan Burns. The 1-0 is grounded to second. Gobbled up by Smith. Fires it over to Mark Castle at first. One up, one down here in the ninth. Defensive alignment here in the ninth inning for your Duelers. Humphrey will dig in. Brett Rawls to the catcher. Mark Castle at first. Quincy Smith at second. Dickinson at short. Rashad Robinson at third. First pitch to Vandement. A breaking ball. Outside corner. Strike one. Around the outfield, Kelvin Reese in left. Sam Slaughter in center. And Rashad Robinson in right. Ethan Vandement on the mound from Bossier City Community College. Next pitch is inside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Humphrey, three-hole hitter, Joey Humphrey in right, digs in, 1-1 count, here comes the pitch. Out straight back, 1 ball, 2 strikes from Vandement. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Top of inning number 9, Duelers up 9-1. 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Ethan Vandement sets down Joey Humphrey for out number 2. And the Duelers are 1 out away from another victory. The one hitter in the way of that will be Max Sampson, the left fielder, to face Ethan Vandement. First pitch. A breaking ball. Outside corner, strike 1. Oh, 1 for Vandement. Looks in to get a sign from Rowell. Next pitch coming. On the ground to third. Robinson over to first to Castle. And that is the ball game. The Duelers with their second straight victory. This one a little bit easier than last night's. A score of 9-1. 9 runs, 7 hits, and an error for your Duelers. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for the Louisville Jockeys. The Duelers with 3 runs in the 6th, 5 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th to make it a 9 spot on the board. The Jockeys with 1 sole run in inning number 4. That'll do it here tonight for the Duelers. Ends in a victory. Final score 9-1 here tonight. Be back with us tomorrow, same time, same place, 7:05 p.m. first pitch right here at South Warren Ballpark. The Duelers taking on the Fulton Railroaders in Game 3 of an 8-game homestand. For Sam Reeves, that will do it here tonight. Thank you for tuning in, everybody, And be back tomorrow, either out here at the ballpark or via this YouTube live stream for more Duelers baseball. Thank you for joining us, and have a tremendous rest.